Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's Unoriginal Screenplay podcast. I'm not here. It's currently 11:23 p.m. and I've only just got home. And the boys filmed their podcast 3-4 hours ago. So unfortunately, I don't have time travel and I can't go back and join. But I know we have a special guest this week, and I'm kind of sad that I missed it. Enjoy.
Welcome back to, I think, episode 13 of the Unoriginal Screenplay with me, your host, and today we have replaced Kai Likes Movies with someone a lot more funny, attractive, and I hope younger, because we don't want to go older than Kai. Yes, we got the movie dweeb in here this week.
Yeah. Thank you. I owe you a lot of money for that introduction. That was it's all lies to start with. There's no way I'm more handsome than him, but no. I'll take it. Thank you.
Well, we've got a few things lined up this week. We're going to be starting off talking about Ruby Gillman. Then we'll got a few things to ask you, movie dweeb, and then finish off with Indiana Jones. However, like every other episode, we're going to be starting off this one with another Q&A. We all love the Q&A.
The Q&A. Let's do it.
So, I've got a few less movie-related ones this week, so we're going to kind of span out. But we'll start off with one which is mildly movie-related.
Are they better questions than last week?
Oh,
because last week,
yeah,
everyone failed at giving good questions last week. We need good ones for this week. Come on.
Yeah,
I did enjoy hearing the slander on last week's episode. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want bad ones, just that you'll get riled up again.
No, I didn't want to call you out for slandering me though. Just because I wasn't there, don't worry. I did listen last week, and I heard the slander multiple times.
There wasn't enough. Kai needs more slander this week. But anyway, first question. If you could own any form of transport from any film, what would it be? If anyone hasn't got theirs, I can jump in. I have two. Because I had time to think.
That's what you are, greedy, right there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sorry. The first one has to be Rakakuni from Everything Ever All at Once. The bloke. Just sit on his shoulders.
You're just going to sit on him.
Yes, and control him.
And you've cosplayed it before, so it works.
Exactly. Or
so wait, do you want Rakakuni or do you want the bloke? Do you want to be sat on his shoulders?
Yeah, I want to be on his shoulders. Yeah, I'm the raccoon.
I will pay to watch that. Yeah,
yeah, I'm in.
That's great. Just a chef. Or the other one, the penguins duck car. Who wouldn't want that?
Me, but good guess.
No, the goat. There's
I think everything after saying what you did about Rakakuni, I think saying the Batman, the Penguin's car is just such a step down. It's just not as good.
Nothing will be better than that.
An actual mode of transport.
I think neither of these are unattainable. You could probably get both of these.
You could.
If you want, I'll give you a piggyback. I don't mind.
Sounds like a plan.
Just dress up like a raccoon and you're there.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've got. I feel stupid because I'm like, obviously, I want the DeLorean.
That's what I was thinking.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, because I mean, we can time travel, Josiah. Like that's a good option.
Yeah,
sitting on someone's shoulders isn't a good option.
That will get pain after a while. We have logic.
Pain for him. I'm comfy up there.
I would also consider the bullet train from Bullet Train.
The whole train.
There's lots.
That's a good
Give
one.
me the train.
Whole thing.
Yeah. There's lots of different aspects to it. There's the quick train. That's very useful, especially living in London for a while. They're quick, but bullet train quick? Yeah, I need that.
Does it come with Brad Pitt and everyone else?
That's the only reason I'm there, really. I'll be honest. But
of course,
I hope so.
Go on, Harvey. What you got one?
Oh gosh, I will go with a Quidditch broomstick from Harry Potter. There you go. I think that's a great one.
That's a great one.
You can do anything with it. Well, you can fly. That's about it. But...
that's all you need to do, though.
Exactly. So
I'm glad that you're doing podcasts and not a salesman. You can do anything with it. You do one thing with it, and that's it.
I'm convinced.
On the subject of flying, who kiss, marry, kill? Batman, Superman, or Spider-Man?
Wow.
It's obvious.
You've got to kiss Spider-Man because you want the upside down moment, don't you?
Yeah,
true. And if you bite your lip a little bit, do you get some of the powers, or? I'm just thinking.
Ooh.
Ah, there you go.
There you go.
I was only in it for the homoeroticism.
Sorry, yeah.
Logically,
Yeah. I don't imagine Spider-Man will bite my lip though. But
I'm down. I'm trying.
This is going to be a weird moment when we all just shut down, log out of the Zoom, and just think Spider-Man kissing us. Yeah, it's going to be a weird moment for all of us.
Who would I marry though? I feel like marrying Batman would be quite depressing, wouldn't it?
I think you've got to kill Superman because he's not killable. I think that would be such a feat to be able to claim that you've done that.
True.
Like,
yeah. And think about Batman's
imagine your
money.
husband being Superman. I'd rather as husband as Superman.
I'll take Batman's money. I'll take half of what Batman's got.
True.
Oh,
logic is back.
Yeah, I'll take half of everything.
You're in it for the love as well, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Not just for the financial gain.
And the free time you get whenever you want, because he's always out fighting crime.
Exactly.
Yeah, do you have to live in Gotham because your life is wrecked after that? You can't nip out to Tesco without getting clobbered by Clayface every day, and
something you can put up with. Or we'll move out.
I suppose for the money, I don't care.
Yeah.
Send Alfred to Tesco. I don't need that.
Yeah. That's a good point. Should we go? We'll go non-film related for the next one. Is it a Jaffa cake? Is a Jaffa cake a cake or a biscuit?
Silly. That's silly. It's a cake.
I'm going to let you take this because I know the answer. I know the correct answer. So I'm going to let witness to see the chaos that ensues in front of me.
I am science. It's a cake. Okay, it's proven.
I think it's also a cake.
Oh no!
Because I did this once. I put Jaffa cakes in my biscuit tin, and they went stale and hard and not soft. So that means it's a cake.
You should get out more. You really should.
Wow. They're a biscuit because they come in biscuit bags. Wow. I actually don't have a reason. I just want to go against you guys. We can't all have the same answer. I thought there's going to be more of a debate.
We are all in agreement. It is called Jaffa cake, right?
Exactly. I don't know why it's a debate amongst the world. It's obvious.
Biscuit form.
Yeah.
Biscuit form.
And okay, we'll go to the final question. The most ugly supervillain. Who is it?
Oh,
ugly.
I haven't actually got one here.
Darth Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi, when his mask is off. Isn't but is he a villain at that point? I don't know. Not a pretty sight.
He looks like that from the beginning.
For ratio, when he's in the helmet, my God, is he sexy?
Yeah. Unless you like bald guys, I mean, it's a top. He'd pass. He's passable. Oh, I don't know though.
Penguin's got to be up there, surely.
Yeah.
Depends which version.
Danny DeVito slurping up fish guts and all of that. Yeah, he's up there.
Pretty hot. Right. That's pretty hot.
Jabba the Hutt. I'm just on Star Wars right now.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
Yeah, not my type.
What about shout out to the big boys?
Yeah.
What about the Abomination from Incredible Hulk?
I kind of like his spine, I guess.
Yeah, he's kind of cool.
Like that's such a weird statement. What?
When you guys start making merch, that is the first t-shirt. I tell you, kind of like his spine
across the back.
It's a defined spine. Yeah. There we go. That's a good idea.
How about
making business move now?
Who are the things from Thor: The Dark World, like the Dark Elves or something?
Well, what, Malekith and
they're not the
Frost Giants.
They're not
I've completely forgotten the plot of the Dark World. I'm not going to lie.
Who hasn't?
So forgettable.
That is the only correct answer.
Yeah.
Just that movie in general. That's the real villain.
Yeah.
And my God, was it ugly?
It was.
On the subject of an ugly movie, Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken released this week.
Oh, great segue.
So maybe that was a bit.
That was a harsh segue, but I was kind of for it.
Yeah. Okay, but like
you got to explain yourself now. Like you've dropped that bombshell. Right. Go on.
Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken released this week, and it's DreamWorks' newest animated movie. And it doesn't feel like they put much heart into it because it does literally just feel like a rip-off of Turning Red or Luca that they've combined into one with some mild animation and a few glows that they thought would look nice in it. That's probably the best way to sum up that movie because that's all the film is. But does anyone else have anything they thought about that film that I didn't add?
I watched it yesterday and forgot most of it, so that's not ideal. But I think I saw today it was DreamWorks' worst opening at the box office or something, which, you know, it's competing with Trolls and stuff, so that's not ideal. Actually, I'm not going to slander Trolls. Trolls is fun.
Trolls World Tour. Slander Trolls World Tour because that released digital.
I didn't watch that, but I will. Actually, I got the trailer for the new Trolls. I agree with what you're saying. It did feel like an underwater Turning Red. There was definitely good aspects. I think the world they tried to build was good. But it's just a very average coming of age story. We've seen it many times. Maybe because we've got Avatar and Little Mermaid films with water. The water in this just looked very bland and just it was just dark, and then there'd be a couple glows every now and again. But a very uninspiring movie. Nothing to rush to see.
Wow.
Sorry,
No,
DreamWorks.
not at all.
I've not seen it. Like,
There we
honestly,
go.
what I know about this, you could put on like half a postage stamp. I know nothing. I know it's a little bit wet. Like, I know that.
Yeah.
But I also now know that it's a film I definitely do not need to see. So thank you very much.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
we
is-
were
what
really
is,
selling
like-
it for you right there, weren't we?
Yeah. What is it about? So I know it's like a teenage Kraken.
Yeah.
Again, that is legit all I know.
When she touches the water, she becomes this huge Kraken, and she's like against mermaids. Mermaids are evil, and she's like has to fight mermaids. Or something.
It's a story about trying to like fit into society and stuff
Yeah.
like that as well, underlying, but it's really just not done very effectively.
Yeah.
I know you're all saying this with quite stern faces, but you're telling me a Kraken that's fighting mermaids. I'm in. I'm so into this.
It sounds cool.
So I will give it that the action scenes, they weren't bad. They were decent. Like I enjoyed some of them. So there's a positive to this film. There you go.
That's going on the poster.
There's another
I
positive.
enjoyed some of the scenes.
No, but it was just your classic trying to fit in the human world, and then you end up embracing who you are by the end sort of story. It's very predictable. You know what's going to happen within about 10 minutes of the movie,
Yeah.
and it's only
Yeah.
90 minutes. But it's an animated kids film, you know. So there are people who like it. We're probably not the target audience.
We're not the target audience. Like,
I don't know. I feel like I was the
Not at all.
target audience for the Person Boots the Last Witch, which was their last film, which is like one of my favorite movies. So to go from that to Teenage Kraken, yeah.
I
Not
think, to be
happy.
honest, whatever was coming next for DreamWorks was always not going to be able to match up to.
That's probably why
Puss
they
in Boots:
did
The
it.
Last Witch just after the success.
They did
It
it
might
so
be,
that-
to be fair.
They did like a higher or lower thing where it's like this is the higher, and then they've just given us
Yeah.
something like completely bottom of the barrel. So whatever they make next will be better.
Trolls 3.
It's Trolls
3's
3
coming
next.
Yes, my favorite. I can't wait.
But then it
I
goes
will-
to Kung Fu Panda, right? So we're back up again.
Kung Fu-
after that.
really?
Yeah, that Kung Fu Panda 4 I think is next after Trolls.
Nice.
Promise me
I'm
you'll
so
get me
in.
on the podcast for when the next Kung Fu Panda
It's
comes
done.
out.
Deal.
Because I'm about
Deal.
to flip my table. I'm so excited for
I
that.
can't wait.
Deal. Sounds like a plan.
Are we saying that's better than Shrek, the Kung Fu Panda?
I am.
Ooh.
Whoa, okay,
Kung-
I thought
Kung-
there'd be a discussion there.
No,
we have
no,
more
Kung
conversation
Fu
about
Panda
Jaffa
is my
cakes.
it's my favorite animated movie of all time. Kung Fu Panda.
I haven't seen the third one.
There we go.
So,
Don't you have Kung Fu
sorry.
Panda 1 in your top 4, Harvey?
On Letterboxd, yeah, it's my in my
Yeah.
top 4 movies. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
I'm more
is-
of a Kung Fu Panda 2 kind of guy, but
I haven't
Kung
even
Fu
seen the
Panda
first
2's
third.
the
one.
one with Gary Oldman, isn't it?
yeah. I'm
It's
pretty sure.
the peacock guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, mate, that is top tier.
Elite
top
movie.
tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all three are really good movies, so I'm excited to see the fourth one. But I'm also skeptical about that because I don't want them to ruin the franchise so far. So yeah, I'm
Well,
nervous about it.
I'm pretty sure the director of Puss in Boots is directing it, so
Oh,
we
I'm happy.
might be hopeful.
We're living good.
He also did do Croods too, though. But
mm.
we won't talk about that.
We'll skip over that bit. We'll
Cruise.
ignore that.
But it feels like we're in a weird spot for animated movies right now because we've come off Spider-Verse, my
Mhm.
favorite animated movie ever. I'll say it now. Then Pixar,
Ever?
one of my favorite like Yeah, I think it is my favorite animated movie ever. You know,
I
maybe
agree.
because of recency bias, and I've seen
It's
it three or
good.
three
It's
times,
good.
but I love it. And then Pixar gave us Elemental, which was fine. And then DreamWorks gave us this, so it's a weird spot. I don't know. Some great, some not so great. Suzumi came out as well this year, so a lot of mixed animated movies this year. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
early doors. Who's winning Best Picture then for animated?
Oh, it's
Not Best
it's
Picture,
done.
Best Animated. Sorry.
Yeah, it's done. Spider-Man's won.
Yeah.
Oh, Super Mario as well.
Best Picture.
Super
really hope so.
Mario is like, if it's going to be Super Mario if they just completely rob Spider-Verse. It's one of them two.
I honestly, I came out of that so deflated, that film. I was so just like,
I thought it was good. Just that was it.
yeah, I was just like, oh, okay.
It was all
Yeah.
pointing at like the references, but that
Yeah,
was that was
references
it,
are the
yeah.
best bit.
Yeah, like I think the second one will be like, so we'll do a second, a third, a fourth until
Yeah.
we're like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, until our grandkids are hosting this podcast.
Yeah.
But
Until the billions stop.
yeah. Honestly, like I just thought it was again for me. It was like, oh, kids might love it, but then I thought it was weird because it shouldn't be aimed at kids. It should be aimed at people that played the games from day dot, and I thought it should have been a lot more like not adult. I'm not saying Mario should have slept with Peach for half an hour on the screen, but.
That's a movie I got to see.
No, we need
Are we
Bowser.
making a movie, boys?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just felt it should have been a bit more, rather than just like, come on, Mario just got kicked in the nuts. What's that all about?
Classic, yeah.
Yeah.
Classic Illumination. That's what it is. It's Illumination. I'm sorry
Paula's
to
got a
bring back this
hatred.
vendetta, but it's Illumination. It's exactly what you expect from them. Children
Wow.
humor. Sorry, Tim.
This is my favourite thing about this podcast is just the rage that you guys go through
Yeah.
over the most minute stuff as well. You sent us rubbish questions. Whoa! I love it. I honestly love it. It's one
Yeah,
of the
you guys
favourite
attacked
parts.
our audience.
No, they deserved it. They deserved it.
But to be fair, I get just as angry listening to it. Like when Harvey messaged me on Instagram, I was like, as long as there's no more god awful Star Wars rankings,
Oh,
because I'd never been angrier.
yeah.
And
that
I'm
was
still
first week.
sorry about that.
Yeah,
that was
oh,
first week.
I had to
We-
kick off the podcast strong. That was just how it had to be.
You did that.
It's 12 weeks later, and I'm still thinking about it. I have to see a therapist over that ranking
Yeah,
system.
yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't quit actually, because we were very smart. We posted the
Hmm.
trailer on April Fool's, so if we ever wanted to quit, we could say, "Yeah, April Fool's, guys. We know what we were doing." That first week really tested me. I did, but we've
Yeah.
come a long way, boys. We've come a long way.
Oh, funny. Oh, dear.
Sorry, Colin, we just
Okay.
moved off from Ruby Gillman.
No, it's great. It's great. Let's be honest, Ruby Gillman wasn't much to talk about.
One thing I
there.
want to say more about Ruby Gillman is that Straw Hat Goofy, he had a voice role in this movie,
Yeah.
which I thought was very cool.
It was. Yeah,
He said
that's
3
very
words.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
it
it
was
wasn't
in,
very
like,
big, but it was.
No,
it was
the first
still
2
cool.
minutes, wasn't it? And he just says he's a legend, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Or
gets
something
hit on the
like
head by a dodgeball.
Yeah.
They're
didn't
my
even notice it was
favourite
him at
things in
first.
movies. When people like Kate Garraway get like a line in a movie, and I'm
Yeah.
like, who is this for? What am I meant to do with this news now? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's living
mean-
the dream. I would take one line in a DreamWorks movie. Yeah.
That's it. I'm only
Yeah.
saying this because I'm so jealous.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about jealousy.
Oh.
No, these are awful segues.
These segues are
Segues are
next
awful.
level.
I was gonna say.
That was smooth. As smooth
No.
as sandpaper, my friend.
Dan, I just wanted to ask about what you do because I think it's insane the amount of celebrities and stuff that you interview, and I think they are hilarious. You have so much
Oh.
charisma talking to celebrities. It's like I don't know how you do it. So I wanted to ask
Oh,
some
bless
stuff
you.
about that because
That's
I
very kind.
it's very
Oh,
cool.
I've got all shy. You'd do
Oh,
that.
you're blushing.
The roles are reversed.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot, I feel
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
an
more
interview for
safer
you
when
now.
I'm the one asking the
Yeah,
questions.
So, what like led you down the path to get into doing this? Because I think it's just I don't know, it's just insane how you kind of do it with all like every film. It seems you do an interview. So
Oh,
how
bless
did you get into
Thank
this?
you,
bro?
mate. it was really weird. So I used to work for a radio station,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a producer on the show. And like they used to get like loads of big music artists in. So you used to have like Ariana Grande, Harry Styles, and all these like great names. But we never did anything with film. And like I banged on about liking film so much, like to the point where I bored myself. And they were like, well, why don't we just start trialing doing some stuff with film? Why don't we just send you down to a couple of junkets? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And this was December 2019. So my first one was Daisy Ridley for The Rise of Skywalker, which
That's a cool one.
we can all agree is the greatest Star Wars film ever, right, Hart? Yeah, so I did that, and then my second one was with Jim Carrey. I did Margot Robbie and Tom Holland. Like, I'm like, that's mental for my first four.
Yeah,
And
that's
Wow.
crazy.
like, I mean, I'm so thankful to like the company that like obviously helped me do that. But then lockdown happened, so no films were coming out. No one was doing junkets or anything like that ever. So like my little dream was taken away from me, and yeah, and then I just sort of thought like I'm working from home all day every day. I'm just going to start messaging people on email, just seeing if they want to do a chat on Zoom. And I messaged probably every actor that has ever lived, and one of them came through and said yes. So yeah, I started doing that. So it was Joel McHale for like, I
Nice.
don't know if you guys have seen like Community.
Yes.
He's like the main guy in that.
Yeah.
So he was great. So then yeah, and did that, and then just luckily just managed to get more and more from there. So I mean, it's been really cool. I've like recently done like quite a few. Like I did Mission Impossible recently. Got to speak to the guys for that. Spoke to Daniel Radcliffe like Thursday night, and like some cool, like it's been
Just
been
a
fun.
casual Thursday night, you know, just speaking to Daniel Radcliffe.
The worst bit is about it is when you do these ones on Zoom, obviously because they're all in LA, they're like, yeah, let's do it at like 11 a.m, which is like 2 in the morning here. But they look gorgeous, and I'm just there like, right, tell me about your film now.
To go from them to us. What an upgrade. What an upgrade to be here. Let's be honest.
To be fair, I spoke to Daniel about Jaffa Cakes, and he didn't have an answer. So you guys are better
There we
than
go
him.
then.
1-0 to you guys.
He doesn't know science.
There we go. Great at magic, awful at science.
Yeah.
What are your favorite films, or number one favorite film then?
Yeah, I mean, this is the most savage question because it
I know.
changes.
It's the question.
It is.
It changes every single day.
Yeah.
You don't
I
have
mean,
to pick
for
just
me,
one. You can pick as
If
many
I
as you
had
like.
to pick just one to watch over and over again, I think Jurassic Park. I mean, it's such an
great
obvious
pick.
choice. I don't know anyone that dislikes Jurassic Park.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wish I had some like really cool foreign indie film that no one's ever heard of. But I mean, I think because it's got the nostalgia. Like I watched it when I was younger. It's also got topless Jeff Goldblum, so it's got
It's
a
a
bit
win.
for everyone in it. You know, everyone's a winner. I just think it's kind of the perfect film. It's funny. It's scary. It's perfect. It's Spielbergy. Like, what can you not have from it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
I think is that a good choice?
That's a great choice.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God! Thank God. I thought that was it. I
You
thought I was
passed the
gonna get
test. You
muted,
passed the test.
booted out. Yeah.
No, that is a good choice. If you would have said some foreign film bro one, then maybe just I would have loved it, but maybe that's
Hey.
He's the
Hey,
film bro.
No, it's no Paul Blart Mall Cop, okay? That's all I'm saying. Which actually is the greatest film of all time.
Oh.
Cool.
You didn't even blink during that statement as you said that. I knew
It's here. It's by my side
Oh my
always.
god, he's got it on hand.
You got that at all times.
It's on my desk at all times. Just I wake up and look at Kevin James,
That's
and I'm ready for the day.
crazy.
Right, thanks for having me, guys. Bye.
I have like 3 films on my
How
desk.
many
and-
episodes have we had of this podcast, Josiah? And you've just had Paul Blart Mall Cop sat next to you whilst
All
we've
of
been
them.
filming.
Yeah.
All of them.
I've got that and the 2 Fantastic Four films on my desk. And
Wow.
that's it. I don't know why. It's just because it's a really messy desk. I will
Are
not sit
you
on my laptop.
okay?
I'm fine.
It's like, this needs to be like your 100th episode is getting Kevin James on.
Oh, you
Oh,
wouldn't believe the amount of
could you
times I've
imagine?
DM'd him. I tried so hard. One day.
It
I
is the
believe.
most tragic thing. That's how I try and get a lot of mine. And like, even if I've interviewed someone, I'll DM them afterwards, but like, thanks for that. Da, da, da. Oh, scene. Wicked.
Yeah.
Cool. Cheers. Yeah.
If I get a
life in
scene,
Hollywood.
a scene from Kevin James would make my day. He could leave it open. I would not mind. I'm just happy he knows.
So Dan, who are some of the best celebrities you've ever interviewed?
I mean, I think today's her birthday. It's got to be Margot Robbie. She is just one of the best human beings on the planet. So I interviewed her for Birds of Prey, The Suicide Squad, and Babylon, which again happened as a film.
I love Babylon.
I actually like Babylon.
Yeah, I saw it today actually on my TikTok. Someone did a ranking of her best films today.
Me. That was me.
Yeah, and you put Babylon at number 2, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I love Babylon.
Wow.
You also love Paul Blart Mall Cops.
Oh no, I love it.
But yeah, she is just great because what I love about her is like when you do these junkets, especially face to face, it's so awkward because you're just walking in a room and then you're introduced to like this Hollywood legend. You're just like, hello. Yeah. And sometimes, especially if they're paired, they're talking to each other and you're just sort of sat opposite them, watching them do their chat.
Yeah.
But Margot, God bless, I mean, she was paired with Mary Elizabeth Winstead for Birds of Prey. She was paired with David Dastmalchian for The Suicide Squad and paired with Diego Calva for Babylon. And every time she's always like, oh, sorry, let's just stop this because, like, oh, hi, how are you doing? And like, I just think that's such a sweet human being. Yeah. Because again, sometimes I've gone in, I've sat down and they're just talking. I'm like, wicked, I've got 4 minutes and you're talking to your buddy. So let's get it. So you can't say anything. You've just got to sit there and go, oh, really? Yeah, that sounds good. But yeah, she is one of the best people on the planet. Jim Carrey was also nuts. Like,
I bet that was good.
To interview Jim Carrey is like a highlight of my life. I got 10 minutes with him to talk about Sonic. Wow. And yeah, it was incredible because I was so nervous because A, he's a comedy legend, but B, I didn't know what version I was going to get. Was I going to get like wacky goofball? Was I going to get like thespian Jim Carrey talking about the art? But luckily he was mental. He did this one bit. He was like, have you ever driven a self-driving car? And obviously I haven't. I'm always broke. But he was like, oh yeah, I have. It nearly killed me once. And I was like, oh my God, he's never told anyone this story. I'm going to get the hot scoop.
Wow. Yeah.
And then he went on this story for about 3 minutes. Bear in mind, I only had like 10 minutes with him. So if he's using 3-4 minutes, that's half my allowance. And he told this huge story about how it nearly killed him. And I'm there like, tell me more. At the end of it was like, by the way, that never happened. I just made the whole thing up.
Oh, no.
How does it even... We're talking about a blue hedgehog. How does that come into the conversation?
That's incredible.
How?
Yeah.
But, I love him.
Yeah, he was great as well. Like, I mean, as I said, like Daniel Radcliffe I did recently, and I just think he's probably the one person I would want to go down the pub with. Like, he's just great. And I love the fact that I know everyone in that junket would have asked him about Harry Potter. Yeah. Myself included.
You have to.
But he just takes it in his stride and he just has a laugh with it. And, you know, I think fair play to him. Like, you was Harry Potter. You're not escaping it. And, you know, he's so great. So, yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate. I don't think I've ever had an interview and left and gone, what an arsehole that person is. And I know there's going to be one. I know they might be saying that about me, and I'm sure they are, but... Yeah, I've been really fortunate not to have that.
Yeah, you'll come off of this like, oh, that cause of films. Oh, horrible.
Next podcast I go on to. Yeah. See those Unoriginal guys? Oh, God, monsters.
I've only had one interviewer's experience, I'm sorry. But that does completely baffle my next question, which was this: have you had any bad experiences without naming names? Sounds like no, which is it's great to hear.
I mean, if I'm honest, I've had experiences where I've left and I've gone, oh, like if I'm talking to someone who's like a comedian who I've seen do like comedy things, in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, are we going to become best friends and have like a buddy cop movie together? I don't know why I think that when I have 4 minutes to try and impress them. But there has definitely been times where like, I've been talking to someone, I'm like, oh, here's a joke, da-da-da-da. And they're just like, yeah. Right, now what? Ask me a question. And I'm like, there you go. So there's definitely been times where that's happened, and
Yeah.
I've left and gone, oh, but you know, at the end of the day, like we all know, like you can imagine sitting in that junket for 8 hours a day, one person in, one
Yeah.
person out, one person in, one person out, is gonna kill your soul. So you can't. I don't think I've ever actually actively been like, you monster. Like, I know if they've got an off day, they've got an off day. That's just, I know I do. Like,
Yeah.
So from the whole like they don't like read the joke as well, has there ever been times where you've wanted to ask a question but not because how the vibe has been, or no?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, especially sometimes I like try and do like a bit or something in an interview, like and like I think there have definitely been times where, so I did one with Hayley Atwell recently for Mission Impossible, and like her first like on-screen sort of performance was in a Pringles commercial. So I was like, wouldn't it be nice if I just give her like a little can of Pringles at the end, come full circle, look how you made it. And it wasn't her fault. Like she was great. She was so much fun. But like her publicist was in the corner of the room, literally sat here like this. And I'm sort of pulling out this Pringle can, and our publicist going, wrap this up now. Do not do this thing.
Not the Pringles.
Yeah, but I mean, I still went with it. But like, I think when I post a video, so it'll be, I think this week, you can see me sort of be like, and here's your Pringle. Bye. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely been times where I've just been like, why am I committing to this bit? Why am I committing to this now?
The question is, what Pringles were they? Because that might be the reason the publicist was like, no,
Don't do it.
I hope she's not like allergic to paprika or something. Maybe I'm thinking of Hayley Atwell. No, they were just bog standard original, because let's face
players say
they're you know, flexible. You can dip them, you can eat them.
Yeah,
plain.
they are actually
You're
very
good.
nice.
You are good
Yeah.
with original, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Maybe I should get an ad for Pringles.
Don't watch our crisp tier list, because
Oh, that was an interesting week. That was. Oh dear.
I'm not
Yeah,
listening to
lovely.
Harv's crisp tier list.
Yeah.
Good
No.
God, no.
his crisp taste is
No.
awful.
No.
and well, to finish off your interview, I hope you've enjoyed it, because I don't know how often you get interviewed yourself, but have you got anything upcoming that you can tell us planned of interviews?
Oh, bless you. Yeah, so ones that I am releasing or doing, as I said, so I interviewed the full cast for Mission Impossible, bar Tom Cruise, but we'll cut that bit out. Let people think I interviewed Tom Cruise. They'll come to my channel, right? So yeah, I did Simon, Peg, Vanessa Kirby, Pom Clementieff, Rebecca Ferguson, Carrie Elwes, I don't know how to pronounce it, and Hayley Atwell. I did Daniel Radcliffe for a TV show called Miracle Workers. I've also got, do you guys watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yes, I love that show.
So I just interviewed the waitress for
Oh,
that.
really?
She was
Oh,
great.
no way.
She was so much fun. I'm really hoping now she'll just be like, Charlie, I just had the best interview ever.
Yeah.
Do you and all of the cast want to talk to him? I've also got coming up Brett Gelman from Stranger Things. He
Nice.
plays Murray, which should be really fun.
Love him.
And Nancy Cartwright from The Simpsons.
Oh, nice.
So,
wow.
yeah, so that should be a fun one. Yeah, so I got, like it's a nice little period, because there are times where I'm just like, oh, I've not interviewed anyone for a month. The only person I've spoken to is me. But it, like, this is like a nice, busy time for me. I'm really like excited. Like, it's fun.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's really cool.
And you know what? I'm actually a little concerned about the interviewing game now, because you did very, like, I feel good. I feel comfortable. I feel
Thank
at
you.
ease.
Thank
You've
you.
not asked me anything horrifying, so happy days.
There we go.
I tried to keep it safe. I didn't want to go too deep. But thank you.
So Dan, anyway, what's your opinion on war?
No, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Wow, what a compliment. I think that's probably
That
that's the biggest
was-
compliment.
I
going
really
around.
enjoyed it. Like, that was quite. I quite like talking. I'm an egomaniac, really. If you want to ask me about me all the time, I'll take it. Yeah.
Great.
Wow. Okay, well, to hear more about Dan and his interviews, go over to his TikTok and his other socials where you can see more, because the interviews are insane. His interviews everyone. So yeah, but before we finish off the podcast, we will talk about Indiana Jones. in the second video because we only have 2 minutes left of this one.
What a dramatic tease.
Okay, so as I've previously said, we are going to be talking about Indiana Jones. Sadly, we have not got our Indiana Jones expert here because he thinks he's too good for us. It's definitely Josiah's return, though, because I would have left too if it wasn't my week. But
Hey.
no,
Okay, Connor.
I'm sorry.
I see.
No, Josiah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. But yeah, we will be talking about Indiana Jones. It's kind of disappointing Kai's not here because he is probably the biggest fan of Indiana Jones out of the normal people. Not that was a horrible way to
What?
say it.
Normal
people.
people?
I meant,
trying to say?
okay, I meant the regulars of the podcast.
I'll tell you about Indiana Jones.
That came across horrible.
I
I'm
watched
sorry.
it from under a bridge.
Oh dear.
No, new Dial of Destiny released the 28th, which was Wednesday. I don't know if it's going to be the last edition of Indiana Jones, but it has Harrison Ford returning for it. And it feels like a good ending to his franchise, definitely better than Crystal Skull. What even is the plot, though? He's trying to get the dial so he can go back in time. That's like the plot of the film. Pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Unoriginal Screenplay.
I want your reviews on posters so badly. That's all I want.
Imagine.
I feel like I'm probably in the minute here when I say I wasn't the biggest fan of this one, but I enjoyed it. Like, it's not, compared to the first three, it's not the best one, but it's definitely better than Crystal Skull. Do people agree, or?
Well, it couldn't have been worse than the Crystal
Yeah.
Skull.
Well, yeah,
Let's face it.
yeah. I knew that at least.
I would still say it's worse than the first three, though.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
not in the minute then.
Mm.
Everyone
No.
agrees. Okay.
No, yeah, I think you're quite safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I think it was a decent enough legacy sequel to the originals, definitely to improve on Crystal Skull. They don't really over clutter this with cameos and stuff like that, but it's just doesn't really have that same charm. I'm taking this off. It's so irritating having my headphones dangling on the back of my neck. It doesn't
You
really.
found respect for Harrison Ford now.
Yeah,
he
come
did
on.
5 films in that. You can even do 20 minutes. Yeah.
I did 6 TikToks wearing the hat. I think that's enough.
Wow. I take it back. You are superior to Harrison Ford.
Exactly.
Could be in the reboot inevitably in like 20 years. Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
The end credit scene is Connor coming in, picking up the hat and the whip. Done.
Yes.
Wow.
Like what Shia LaBeouf tried to do.
Oh no.
But no, I think it's decent enough. I like how they deal with time travel and stuff. The Teddy's just a rip off of what's his name? Short Round. Yeah, Short Round. Short Round's the GOAT. Let's be honest. Everyone can agree with that. He's the best character in the whole franchise. But yeah, I just would have liked more of the charm of Indiana Jones. You know, like, because it just, I don't know, it felt very modernized of the character. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's always going to be a problem when you're bringing a film that's so like old and then trying to bring it to 2023. I think that is always going to be it's always going to be a hard sell. My favorite thing is people coming out of the film being like, Harrison Ford, how old is he? Is he meant to be doing all of these stunts? It's so unrealistic. And I'm like, oh, that's unrealistic, but you're okay with like Nazi ghosts. We're cool with that. Nazi ghosts that melt your face. You're happy with that? That's fine. But him doing a jump is a bit too much for you. Yeah.
I think just seeing Harrison Ford on a horse on the subway was enough for me to know this was a good movie. That's enough. The rest of the film didn't need to happen.
Yeah,
it was a great scene. I love that.
But no, this film was 2.5 hours. It was a bit long. It felt a bit long.
It did feel long.
I think you're right about it missing the indie charm, but I think that's what Spielberg offered more than what the franchise in general offered. Because James Mangold's proven he can do good movies, but not the charming type that Spielberg can. So it did miss that. It felt like a little bit of a cash grab that isn't making cash right now, so they failed at that. But it could do. It's always fun seeing Harrison Ford. The side characters were fine, and Mads Mikkelsen was in it, so that's always good. But yeah, it was too long, and I didn't like how they ended it. There we go. Get that on my poster.
Perfect poster quote. Harvey, you've got any thoughts?
Well, I've said it in my reviews on TikTok, and I'm sure she is a lovely person. I do like Phoebe Waller-Bridge, but okay, you ready for this?
A controversial opinion.
In this case, they might as well have called the film Phoebe Waller-Bridge and the Dial of Destiny, because it mainly focused on her and it didn't focus on Indiana Jones in his final movie, and I was a bit upset about that. There you go. I've said it. I've said it.
I can get on board with that. I can see where you're coming from. I was willing to fight you through the screen at that point. I thought another controversial opinion, but now I can get you. Again, I think it's just so hard because he's not what he was. Harrison Ford.
No,
so it's
exactly.
so hard to be like, cool, do this fight sequence without actually physically dying, please.
Yeah.
So yeah. Obviously, it is just such a hard thing to do at this point without. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't get Chris Pratt in to replace Harrison Ford, if I'm very honest.
That would be great.
Let's just get him to replace every character that ever has been.
Yeah.
I'm in for it. Oh yeah, I'll take the mantle.
There's so much fighting talk here. I love it.
Let's get Connor versus Harrison Ford.
You're going for Chris Pratt or Josiah's just trying to make out with Paul Blart. I mean, this is the
Kevin James hit me up.
Watch.
Yeah.
I think the thing
I
about
hope that is the end of the franchise. Sorry, you go.
No. I think the thing I couldn't take seriously about the film was the henchmen. Am I the only one?
I know what you...
Am I the only one who thought they were just the flushed away henchmen? They were just the flushed away
live
ones.
action flushed away.
Yes.
One of them literally. Well, I can't say spoilers, can I? Can we put a little spoiler tab? I don't know.
Go on, spoiler warning right here. After this point, we will be talking about spoilers.
Sorry, one of the henchmen literally died in the sewers. So
true.
It sort of works. Sorry, that was so stupid. He got handcuffed to a kid. He's so big. It was a silly idea.
The thing is, though, they really just needed a way to get rid of the massive henchman, because otherwise Indiana Jones was not going to win. He was just too big.
I mean, a cold weather would have got rid of Harrison Ford at this point. He could have taken on that henchman.
So a 13-year-old managed to drown him. Brilliant. There we go.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for mentioning Flushed Away. It's the year of 2023. I did not expect to come here and talk about Flushed Away, so thank you for that.
Amazing movie. But somebody hasn't seen it.
No.
Who's not seen it?
Connor.
I've seen it. Of course I've seen it.
Oh, I thought you said you hadn't seen it.
Who's not seen it?
Who's not seen it?
Oh, well, Harvey, I thought you said you hadn't, because that's where you stopped in your DreamWorks one.
I've seen it. I'm not illiterate in film.
Okay.
I've seen Flushed Away.
Sorry, I retract my statement. Of course I've seen it. I got it on DVD.
Wow.
Yeah, of course. I've seen some of your DVD collections, you three, and now I'm assuming you've all got it.
I actually do have Flushed Away on DVD. I'm not going to hide it. I
Not
do have it. Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, it's Shane Ritchie's best work. Why wouldn't you have it?
Exactly. Just lacks a bit of Kevin James, but it's all right.
And that is the biggest problem with Indiana Jones.
It really is.
Yeah.
They should have had him as the younger Indy. No, that was probably my favorite part of the movie, actually. The opening segments with younger Indy.
Yeah.
The flashbacks.
It actually looked quite good as well. Like, it didn't look bad with the face.
It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen.
No, yeah.
I wouldn't say it was impeccable, but it wasn't the worst thing. No. You could sort of see in the eyes it wasn't him, but... And his voice, it was a younger Indy with his old man's voice. So I could tell that instantly as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Which I found really funny. Especially having watched it, like Raiders fairly recently, so it was quite funny, yeah.
My favourite thing in this film as well is seeing the promo tour for it and everyone who's trying their hardest to make Harrison Ford cry so they can get a great TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, everyone just like... I mean, so I saw Ali Plum do it for Radio 1. He did it so well. And Ali Plum was Harrison Ford was in tears. And I think because everyone's seen that clip, they're like, I'm getting that clip too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Harrison. you know, the way you've changed cinema for a lifetime of people. You know, you've actually you've cured my diabetes, Harrison, with this performance. You're so incredible. Because of you, I'm no longer homeless, Harrison. You're amazing in the hope that he'll cry, and that is my favourite thing to witness. It's so great.
Nah, I think my favorite Harrison Ford interviews are the ones where he just does not care. When someone asks him something he simply doesn't care about. They're the best ones.
I want him to promote, and I know he never will, but I want him to promote another Star Wars just to go, I don't want to be here. Leave me alone.
Yeah, they're the best ones.
I'm sure he'll find a way in the next Star Wars.
Against his will. Let's all agree.
Yeah.
Disney they have his family hostage. They must.
Exactly, yeah. He's still got 4 or 5 more films on his contract at least. Yeah. Can't buy out of it yet.
After seeing all the Indiana Jones, what is everyone's favorite one?
Mine still Raiders of the Lost Ark. I know there's a big search for The Last Crusade right now, and I've seen so many people saying it's the best. It's my second favorite, but Raiders, for me, still number 1.
I agree. I mean, it's close between that and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Where else are you going to find Shia LaBeouf swinging through vines like a monkey? Like, that is cinema.
And where else would you hide from an atomic bomb? Like F3? Come on. You don't get that in anyone else. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Use gunpowder like Airbender. Throw it in the air, it goes towards the metal. That ridiculous movie.
What a great film. Actually, I take it all back. Paul Blart Mall Cop and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, they trump Jurassic Park. They really
If I don't see you or watch Paul Blart Mall Cop soon, I'll be very upset. I'm expecting to see it on all your Letterboxd recent watches. I'm ready. I will be upset.
I'm going to make it my mission. If I ever interview Kevin James, I'm giving him your URL.
Thank you.
getting him on this podcast.
Send me the link to the interview and I'll jump in last minute, just for the last couple of seconds.
I love your film. Goodbye.
That's it.
That's your prophecy. That would be your canon event, Josiah.
Yeah.
Speaking
I always look at
James.
it. He does so many comedy tours, but they're never in the UK. I'm waiting for that moment.
Front row
seats.
seats.
Kidnap Kevin James.
I need the trilogy to be complete. Okay, I need number 3.
Wait, there was a Paul Blart 2.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's the second best movie of all time. It's so good.
I mean, Harvey Connor, you know Josiah a lot better than I do. Is this him being sarcastic, or is he deadly serious now?
No, I genuinely think he's deadly serious about this. Yeah,
I love Paul Blart. It's up there with, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King kind of area. That's where I'd put it.
You know what I liked last week when he was off on holiday?
My brand is Paul Blart. It's okay. Yeah.
He needs to be on. Who would be your dream guest? I'm assuming Paul Blart is your dream guest. Who are your other
Kevin
dream
James.
guests?
Oh, you guys go for it. I've got mine.
I need Jack Black on this podcast right now, please.
That'd be so good.
What king?
I love all his interviews as well. Yes.
Oh, that would be sick. And just the fact he would commit to everything. You'd still be on the Jaffa cake question with him. Really would.
Oh, that'd be great. If I had to pick one, it would be Jim Carrey. And from what you've said about him, it's Jim Carrey even more now. I think it'd be such a
It would be
episode.
the most mental podcast episode that's ever been released, ever.
I think he'd be wearing an Indiana Jones hat, even if you weren't talking about Indiana Jones. Just because he's got one to hand.
Yeah.
He probably has Paul Blart Mall Cop on Blu-ray on his
I hope so. I need to find a Blu-ray, actually.
Yeah, do you reckon they do that film on Blu-ray? Or do you reckon the company went, why bother? We're going to have one sale of it. One.
Steel. They need the steel case or whatever it's called.
I'm going into HMV tomorrow and I will find it. It will be done.
Too good. Funny.
All right. Before we wrap things up, has anyone got anything they would like to put out there into the world while they have the voice?
Into the world.
What a great platform we have to speak.
I know.
Anyone want to promote anything? I don't know.
Well, my first one is going to be Jim, Jack, and Kevin come on this podcast.
Oh,
Kai's missed a treat here. His dream person won't ever be on here now.
Kai's dream guest is Henry Calvert. He'll turn up.
I know Kai's.
Yeah.
Kai's would definitely be like Kermit the Frog or if possible,
Can you
E.T.
imagine?
Just E.T.
E.T.
I swear down, if you get Kermit the Frog on here, I am coming back. I will be in one of your rooms and you won't even know it. I'll just be behind you, just like, I'm here.
That's great.
Oh.
I'll
mean,
drop him
also
a
the
DM.
same for like Jack Black and whatnot, but Kermit, oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got Instagram. I'll drop him a DM now, guys. Don't worry, he'll come on.
Go for it.
Yeah, there we go.
They've worked so well before.
We're close
for all
like
of
that.
us.
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
have nothing to say, Connor. Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. That seems like a good place to start wrapping this up. It has been great speaking to you, Dan. Thank you for jumping on. Amazing first official guest.
No,
No,
thank
it's been
you
great.
so much. Like, you guys are great. And actually, like, I can't believe it says, I can actually say, I love the podcast.
Way!
The amount of times
Thank
I go
you.
into a film and go, I love the film, but don't love the film. This time I can actually say it and mean it.
Brilliant.
So,
Thank you.
no, thank you so much for having me. This was like a good practice run for guests as well, so you can actually get legit good people with good stories.
Nah,
No, oh
guest,
God,
guest.
please do. Don't let me be your peak for. Oh, good God, no!
You'll be our only guest. Don't worry. You'll come back 3-4 more times, and then we'll.
It's an audio podcast as well. I can just do voices. I
There
can
we
be
go.
whoever you want me to be.
Exactly.
It's easy.
Love that.
We'll do some
Perfect.
filters for YouTube and TikTok. It'll be fine.
There
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
go. Sorted.
No, but seriously, thank you so much. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed
Oh,
it.
thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Thank you too. Hopefully we can get
Yeah,
some
it's
more
been
guests,
great.
but we'd love to have you back sometime in the future. If you want to come back, you're
I
always
would love to.
podcast.
I would. Let's just. I'm gonna book Kai a few more shifts, and then I'll.
Yeah.
It
I'm
seems
really
like a
making
fifth
that
member.
guy work.
Well, we have a fifth member. Who cares?
Oh,
Kai can do it.
bless
We'll have
you.
5 members of the podcast now.
I'm making t-shirts right now.
Let's
That's it. I'm making a t-shirt, and they all say "I love his spine" on the back.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
But yes,
Thank you so much, guys. That was really
thank you.
fun.
Yeah, and
It's
thank
alright.
you
Thank
everyone for
you.
listening. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you rate us 5 stars on Spotify and like our video on YouTube and subscribe. And do all the stuff. You know, go over to our social medias. Go over to the Movie Dweeb social medias. Go give him a follow. Show him the love that he deserves. And yes,
Oh.
thank you for watching the episode. We'll see you next week. We were the Unoriginal Screenplay. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.